Make sure you guys hit that follow button if you haven't already. Repost, along, share the live, do all the wonderful things. Tell me why you still support this horrible administration who's committing atrocious acts, whether it be abroad or here at home. Tell me why you support a horrible person, a horrible president, as being the most powerful person in the world. Let me know. Because he's wonderful and pissing you off, quote unquote.
That's anti-American entirely.
Right, of course. Makes sense.
I don't care for my fellow countrymen, and especially if he's angry about the fact that the president is kind of fucking everything. I like that my president fucks everything over and doesn't care for the American public.
Makes sense. It's coming from that guy, though. Makes sense.
The racist, I know. It's crazy.
You don't even give me free speech on this platform. This is a dictatorship. I love fascism on here. I'm pro-authoritarian.
Also, this is a private platform. It's a private entity, just the same way as when you go into, the schoolyard and try bothering little kids, they can kick you out.
Yes, this live is a dictatorship, absolutely. Managed by a couple people that have full rights on here.
Jeremiah Anselmo, my favorites.
What?
Jeremiah Anselmo, you are my favorite dictator. I'm just coming up with last names for you. Because I'm not going to dox you. Yeah, I don't know, actually. You're not... Holy shit!
You don't even know my last name.
I don't even know if Jeremiah says your name.
But Jeremiah is my name.
Hold on, listen to this. Dallas Dave 909. You're too young to have any thoughts on this. You know what, sir? You are so right. Please, get your old ass to go vote to fuck me over in the future.
Or come up and debate me and let me prove you wrong that age does not... When it comes to politics...
Or politicians.
When it comes to being 18 or older, I think it's valid to have conversations. I mean, that's when you get to vote, right? So why can't you have conversations? That could have ended really badly on the way I was going to word it, but
So Dallas Dave, unfortunately for you, I know you're an old head. I know things ain't the way they used to be, with certain water fountains being used for certain people.
Up your button around the corner, buddy.
But unfortunately for me, my 21-year-old self, I am being fucked over due to your politics from your day of Reaganomics, from the fact that George Bush Sr. also fucked the economy and put us in the Middle East and put us at war entirely. The fact that you voted for Trump again before I turned 18. No, I was 18 when I was able to vote. But still, you voted for the shit that's destroying my generation. So we basically don't have a future in the fucking streets. Where your party, which is unfortunately also my party, wants to just annihilate homeless people because they can't feed themselves. Smiggle, you are the same age as us.
Yeah, buddy. Can you why are you still in my comment section? Holy moly. Crazy. Let's talk to this guy, see what he has to offer. Make sure you guys double tap that phone screen. I want you guys to spam the comment section. That is the way we get more people in here. How's it going? Do you support Trump, Brookman?
Yes, I do.
All right, why do you support Trump?
Well, I support his immigration enforcement, and I also support the conflict that's happening in Iran. Now, I've been frequenting these lives lately. In fact, I've been on yours a couple of times, and you actually pretty straightforward and honest. So all of the conversations, no matter what we talk about, leads back to Trump being a sexual offender and a 3PDO. Right. So if that's the case,
we don't have to talk about that. I mean, we can.
No, that's what I'd like to talk about, because this is what I'd like to know, and I'd like to get your viewpoint on it. So
can we talk about the first point that you brought up, immigration in Iran, and then we can talk about the sexual abuse?
Well, you'd be a long conversation, but sure. So you're talking about the conflict in Iran?
Sure, we can talk about immigration. Your first point. What is he doing with immigration that you support?
Well, the idea that he's enforcing final deportation notices. So what happens
is his mass deportation policy?
Well, it's not mass deportation. What I'm saying is that 74% of the arrests, right, that ICE are making under Trump's administration, right, are for final deportation notices. So what happens is that these are illegals that have gotten their due process, right? You know what I mean? And they've been released back to the community. They're supposed to go on their own. They're supposed to leave the country. They don't do that. There was no detention, right? Or, through with Biden and with and Obama, there was no detention in these cases. Right. So what happens
The
Yes,
only
there
issue,
was.
the only issue here is, according to DHS, only 5 to 7% of detainees have been violent criminals.
Right.
Under
Okay.
the
So
fiscal year of
So yeah.
2025. So that's very bad.
There's definitely a disparity between Trump's administration and Biden's and Obama's. So there was about the same amount of deportations, right? What they weren't acting on was the final deportation notices, right? Now there's been a downswing on people that actually been convicted of crimes, which I find strange, right? But the 74% of the million or so deportations are for final deportation notices. So what happens is that people, for lack of a better term, the illegals, right? I mean, what they did was they got the process and then they just didn't follow through on the court order.
Right. Yeah. Give me 10 seconds. There's 100 people in here. Make sure to hit that follow button if you haven't already. Let's get to 10,000 likes. Power tap for the next 30 seconds. Make sure to show some love to Gavin. We have Brooklyn over here. If you're new to hit that subscribe, hit that thumbs up. So again, the only issue here is I would just disagree with deporting people who haven't committed any violent crime or bad crime, right? So I disagreed when Obama did this. I know he did do this. I disagreed when Biden did this. Obviously, Donald Trump is doing this at a greater extent, which is why I don't want to support his immigration policy. I'm a progressive Democrat. I'm a democratic socialist, so I support mass amnesty as long as you haven't committed any violent crime or bad crime, such as like murder or theft, to the point where like the theft is gonna like involve someone else and harm them, right? I don't care if someone steals like a Snicker bar; they shouldn't be deported because of that. But I mean like theft that would like impede or like harm someone, right? That's what I mean. So if they committed a violent crime or bad crime, I think they should be deported under my ideal worldview. Only deported if they will be put in prison in their own country, because I don't think they should be free. And if they're not, keep them in our prison. But other than that, I think we should offer them mass amnesty, so that way the ones that don't come out, we can go after, right? Because they're most likely they're not going to be a violent criminal, and I think it's going to be a more helpful use of our resources, and I think it's going to benefit the economy. It's going to benefit the immigrants. It's going to benefit people like you and me, offer more jobs and things like that. I think mass amnesty is a way to go.
In the abstract, I agree with you. However, that's not our immigration law now, right? So, and that's,
But if it could be, would you, if it could be, it came to 2028 and it was like a progressive Democrat who was advocating for this, and it was perfect, right? How I just said that they're going to be put in prison if they commit any violent crime or bad crime, and then we're going to get all the benefits from amnesty, and so are the immigrants. Would you vote for that in 2028?
Yeah, but I would have to try to figure out what the problem would be with the new people that are coming in. So what happens is we'd have to have a limit on how many people could actually come in. But yeah, in general terms, and also,
yes, I can even make it better for Republicans. We can have these undocumented immigrants. Once they're citizens or residents, we can have them pay a certain like amount of taxes for like 7 years. And that way that revenue that guarantees more money into our economy, and we can put that on social safety nets. That's that's a bigger plus, right? Because obviously these now citizens are going to be getting paid more because they're not getting paid under the table, right? So that's one thing. And then another thing, to answer your question, we're going to fix the legal process by hiring more immigration courts. Funding more immigration courts and hiring more immigration judges to incentivize legal migration compared to illegal migration, right? So we're going to fix the process, and then the people that are already here, we're going to have them become citizens, benefit our economy, benefit themselves, and dramatically benefit every single person in America.
Yeah, I mean that type of reform I would be with, right? But I really came, and I want to ask you this question because I watch you and you're pretty sharp, right? All of the conversations that I'm having with the left, right? It's all coming back to him being a creep, right?
Sure, we can get into that. Sure, take it away. What do you want to talk about?
Okay, so here's the thing. So in the 3.5 million documents that were released, right, with the Epstein files, his name got mentioned 38,000 times, right? You know what I mean? And
that we know of, according to a congressman.
Right. Well, I'm not talking about the redacted one, so I'll get. What happens is that there was a singular allegation made against him, right? It wasn't corroborated, right? So if it wasn't corroborated, it will not hold up in court. That's just how it works, right? So there was no charge, going to be brought by that, right? So now,
Right.
if there's other evidence in the 3 million redacted files, right? You know what I mean, that the Department of Justice has access to, right?
Mhm.
Why would anybody protect him, right? If they know that this man is a creep, why would they protect him? Why would they risk their political careers to back a lame duck president? Right. You know what I mean? And we're talking top level shit. We're talking about all of the DOJ, most of the Republican Party, right? You know what I mean? It would absolutely bury that party. Why would they go into this movie-like conspiracy to try to protect him if he is a creep?
I can answer that actually.
Yeah, Gavin, you go ahead, and then because this is like a very deep conversation, a lot of points. I want to take it to something about yeah, go ahead, take it away. But first off, guys, let's try to get the likes up. That lets more people in here, so we can have more conversations like Brooklyn, or with Brooklyn. So make sure to double tap that phone screen and then show some love to Gavin. What are we doing? This is a community where we show some love to everyone. Say what's up in the comment section. I'll say what's up to you guys. But yeah, that was a loaded question. I'm gonna take notes. Gavin, you can answer it, and then I can answer it after, so I can remember. Go ahead.
So currently, as we see it standing, the entire Republican Party basically controls America. They're doing their best to hold on to whatever little party they have and whatever little power they have in every state, right? Now, with the whole thing of Trump being in office and him being seen as basically the second coming of Jesus to most Republicans and conservatives at this point, we see that it's very easy to be buddy-buddy with him and get political power, right? For instance, we have Kash Patel and Pete Hegseth. They have zero reason to be in the position that they're in. They have no good qualities to be in the positions that they're in. They're basically the DEI hires that all the right was DUI hires that the right was complaining about, right? So we have people who have spoken up about it in the Republican Party, such as much as I hate her and I have to praise her for this, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She has been ostracized and told that she's a traitor because she has spoken up about the Epps files and everything that's been going on with him and what Trump has been doing to hide the Epps files. And we see that not only is he such a powerful dictator that people grift off him to get political power, he can just easily just wipe them out from their political party, just basically Harvey Weinstein them. They can't do anything about it because the second you talk bad about Trump, you're kicked out of your party, you're slandered, and no one ever wants to be involved with you ever fucking again. We've seen that many, many times. We've seen that even with his own vice president, Mike Pence, where he spoke up against what Trump did, especially on January 6th.
They literally called for his hanging.
Literally, the crowd
literally
called for his hanging.
death. Right, literally. So
The
that's-
Republicans
Go for it.
called for his unaliving. That's why everyone's hiding this. He controls the masses. He controls the party. He controls everybody. Not like in some grand conspiracy way, but in a political way. Not in some the Jews run the world kind of way. But he literally holds all the power because he holds all the influence and the public appeal. That's why.
I mean, I
Feel
have
free,
to just
feel free to respond.
He is a lame duck, right? He fired Pam Bondi, right, unceremoniously, right? Why didn't Pam Bondi speak up? I heard the speech of the Green woman, right? I heard what she said, and what she did was she actually signed the petition to be able to get enough votes to be able to force them to release the files, right? You know what I mean?
They're violating 4 federal laws, right?
Okay. Well, what happened was they needed a petition. They needed a certain amount of signatures, and she was the tipping point, right? So what happened was that she claims that Trump pulled her into the side and said, "Stop doing this." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Stop.
that's what she
and
claimed,
then
right.
she refused to do it, right? However, she'll survive because she did that, right? You know what I mean? Because she's like, wait a minute, if you didn't do anything, let's get ahead and release them, right? So anyways, they gave out the 3.5 million documents, right? Because of that, the other 3 million documents, right, are redacted to protect attorney-client
Well, the other
privilege
3 million
and
aren't even
victims.
released. They're not released to the public. The other 3 million, which is against the law. But definitely, I think the 3 million that have already been released are heavily redacted. Just to add on to what Gavin was saying, or at least a different perspective, my perspective that I wanted to dive into. is going to be something more of like based on like history and based on like events throughout the world. I mean, we can take a look at Hungary, right, with Viktor Orban. I think Donald Trump is leading us into what people call an illiberal democracy, which is a form of democracy, and there's elections, but it's heavily influenced or skewed, right? I think that's where Donald Trump is leading us, not necessarily fascism. I think he's definitely going to try to run for a third term, some way, shape, or form, but it's going to seem like that people can still vote for him. Right, that's a possibility, and I think that these people want to be for his side because he knows that he's gonna attempt to do that, and they don't, like Gavin said, they don't want to get on his bad side because then their political careers will be over. They'll call for their death, like Mike Pence. I mean, people are learning from what happened to Mike Pence, right? That's another point of view to look at it. But I think it doesn't matter what other people do. I think the point is here that the Trump administration is actively hiding files. They're actively violating federal law to not release certain files and protect P3DOs, right? And then you ask, well, why do we think that he's a bad person? Why do we think that he's a sexual exploiter? Well, yeah, because it's about other evidence, not necessarily the Epstein files. You made a couple points here. The saying that there was no corroborating evidence. Well, there's a credible accuser that was deemed credible by the first Trump administration that said Trump raped her. Right? They won a lawsuit, or they settled with the Epstein estate, won millions of dollars. The same credible accuser, again deemed credible by the first Trump admin, accused Donald Trump of child rape in confidence with the FBI.
Are you talking about the one that he sued for libel and lost?
No. This is Jane Doe, that we don't know her name, but this individual sued the Epstein estate, alleging child rape. She won a settlement of millions of dollars, and that person was deemed credible by the first Trump admin, Trump Pence, and then that same credible accuser that won millions of dollars in a settlement accused Trump of child rape, right? So if you believe that victim, when she says she was trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein, then you should also believe her when she says that she was raped by Trump.
So why wasn't there any charges brought?
Because he controls it. That's
precisely
literally why.
The president has limited powers.
Also,
I mean,
because there's a bunch of powerful
you guys seem
people.
pretty smart. Hold on, you guys seem pretty smart, right? But the what you call it, the president has limited powers. You mean to tell me that he is gonna use his influence as he's not even
fucking lutely.
No.
Brooklyn. I want to let you know. Let me let you know something, right, real quick. When the initial Epstein investigation was happening in Biden's administration, all the Republicans ask, well, why didn't Biden release them? Why didn't Biden release them? Because at the time, the DOJ was completely independent. They didn't have a political party. They weren't controlled by the president. The people that were in the DOJ weren't installed by the president. However, in this case, almost everybody was installed by President Trump, including Pam Bondi. He hand-selected everybody because he knew, all right, these are my underlings. They're going to do everything to protect me. Otherwise, they know the consequences. So, where you're saying, oh, the president has limited power, not this one. He's literally leading. Hold on, I'm not done. He's leading literally in the exact way as Pol Pot did, except he's not unaliving people who wear glasses. What Trump is doing currently is literally holding dictatorship power by having everyone in his pocket. This isn't a grand conspiracy. This isn't, some kind of high fucking fictional story that's going to be told in the future. This is genuinely what is happening and what is being observed in the current political climate.
That's also why I brought up illiberal democracies, right? He's undermining checks and balances. I mean, some people are calling him like a fascist. Like, to be a fascist, you have to have like complete like authority, right? Or you have complete power. That's why I said, like, he's leading us towards like illiberal democracy. Feel free to
so let me ask you this question.
Go for it. Go.
I'm sorry. Why would Pam Bondi, who was fired by Trump and is now going into the private sector, what does she have to gain or lose by outing Trump?
Her life, whatever little chance she has at going into politics again in the future.
No, she's not. She's going into the public sector. She's done with politics. She's going back to the public sector. She still has a chance because she's not talking shit about Trump, just like Marjorie Taylor Greene did. Listen to what I'm saying. He put her in a place, and then he took her job. right? Now she's getting out of politics and going back into the private sector. So she has no
That doesn't
skin
prove
in the
anything.
game
That
anymore.
doesn't prove anything. It is still the point that you wanted to talk about is that whether Donald Trump is a sexual abuser or that he raped someone, right? That those are all facts, right? The credible accuser again that accused Donald Trump of child rape. Again, it could be because again, I mean Jeffrey Epstein in the early 2000s got a slap on the wrist, right? It's not just Trump. It's not just this administration. It's not just like this FBI, right? Because there's powerful people in here. There's powerful people, famous people that are allegedly did this stuff, right? So I can agree. Democrats, Republicans are there, and if it turns out to be the case that Biden was trying to protect Democrats, I would hope that he gets held accountable for that. Because it doesn't matter who it is. I think they should be held accountable for that. It's not just the Trump admin. Who I think Trump is like definitely doing it at a greater extent. Yeah, he's violating 4 federal laws. Harris would have complied with the law
Well, we don't know
that
that.
Congress passed. Well, there's no evidence to prove otherwise, right? I mean,
Well, yeah,
Harris wasn't
see,
mentioned in
yeah,
the files. Trump was.
I mean, I don't know. It just seems incredulous to me, right? That
We
people
have all the evidence and context clues to all this, so that's the
no,
thing.
no.
We
What you
have
have
every
is a bunch of accusations coming
How
from
about we talk
left.
about something that's not an accusation? He raped someone.
I mean, if that's the case, they would have charged him. I don't believe
They
that.
did.
They did. He was held liable. You have to pay tens of millions of dollars.
Well, no. Okay, no, hold on. That case, she never accused Trump. She wrote a book years later.
She wrote a book
Hold on,
accusing
she
him
wrote
of
a
rape.
book years later and still didn't accuse him, right?
No,
He
she
took
accused him
on
of
the
rape, yeah.
idea. He took on the idea that she was alluding that it was him. He sued her for defamation,
Yeah.
right? So
Yes.
when he's the one that raised the suit, and then the judge said, well, the judge told her side, well, you're going to have to prove, right? If you're going to claim defamation, you're going to have to prove that this event happened. Now, who knows what happened in that courtroom? That could have been a left-leaning courtroom, right? So what happens is
It was a public hearing. Like,
hold on, yeah, but,
everything was
right,
public.
all right. But here's the thing. Civil cases are based on a preponderance of evidence rather than beyond a reasonable doubt,
But
right?
saying that it could have been left leaning isn't reasonable doubt. Any jury could be left leaning or right leaning. This is so. Are you saying like O.J. Simpson didn't commit the crime that he was held liable for? Right.
You know what?
My point is, it's not reasonable doubt to believe that, right?
Well, no. But here's the thing: the marker that has to be met is a preponderance of evidence, not
For a
reasonable
civil
doubt.
court.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
he was held
Right.
civilly liable. Yes.
right, civilly liable through a preponderance of evidence, not
Yes.
beyond a reasonable doubt. So
Right. Yeah.
what
Exactly.
happened? So okay, but they were talking about defamation and the case in its entirety. So it could have certainly been.
But the jury ruled that he sexually abused her. Have you
All right,
seen the jury verdict form?
No, I know
great
that
thing.
it's
That's
true.
Brooklyn, that's another great thing that you're not realizing. He was put in a trial among his peers, the public. It was, I think the minimum for a jury is 12 people, right? That means 12 people, no matter what their political affiliation was, no matter what they believed of Trump, even after his presidency, said, yeah, he did this. They all have to come to an agreement that he did this. This is the most important man in the political world right now. Not just
Was
America.
this a
all
judge
of it.
trial or jury trial?
Jury.
Jury.
You notice for fact.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a jury trial.
Jury determined this. Yes.
Usually libel cases don't go in front of a jury. 9 out of 10 times it's a judge trial. But I'll do the research and look at that, right? You know what I mean? Here's the thing. I'm having a problem, right? Wondering if this man is actually a creep, right? And so
have you heard about the Howard Stern clip? You say you go
yeah,
around.
I know. All of those blurbs, I don't really give a lot of credibility to those blurbs because one thing Trump is a fucking idiot. He says some of the most retarded things.
He did.
I'm sorry for that word. I apologize.
Oh, to clarify, there was two sets of anonymous juries who did this case in 2023 and 2024. So that means two groups of 12 people of bakers.
Because he slurred. I do have to disconnect you because TikTok's gonna like.
I apologize.
There it is. No, well, you're not good. You shouldn't slur, but you literally got the warning. That's why I kicked you. You shouldn't say slurs. You shouldn't say slurs.
What do you
I
say?
know he said the R story. I know you apologized, right? But I think that you should definitely acknowledge that that's a wrong thing to do. So there's that. I had to kick you because of TikTok terms of service. Sorry, Gavin. Continue. He's probably still in here.
Yeah, there were two separate anonymous juries that went through with this case. That means, according to Pure Patriot, that all of the juries and the judges were paid off. That means a baker's 24 of people had to agree to all be taken care of and paid off for this said case of Donald J. Trump. That is genuinely the most schizoid theory ever. I'm sorry to tell you, sir. You've lost your marbles if you believe
That's not
it.
reasonable. Exactly. That's not reasonable doubt to believe that. But we did have to disconnect him because he slurred. Again, just don't slur. I think it's very wrong. I mean, you sound older. Maybe you thought it was okay when you were younger. It wasn't, and it definitely isn't. So definitely deconstruct your views. But I had to kick you because of TikTok terms of service. And saying you don't care about those, I mean, people lie to like make themselves like seem better. Sexual exploitation is not a good thing. So I don't understand why he would lie about. I don't understand why he would lie about that. That's just a flawed argument. But go ahead.
Especially about adult and teenage girl
Precisely.
beauty pageants that he owns.
The victims came forward too and said the same exact thing.
To be fair,
Corroborated it.
I think every Trump supporter who acknowledges that he owns those pageants should, at least concede to the fact that it's incredibly strange to own fucking beauty pageants, especially for teenagers.
That's a whole nother topic. That is a whole nother topic, which I agree to. There's 45 people in here, still at 2,000 likes. Make sure to double tap that phone too. I might have to do a restart soon. So if you're not following, you should have followed already. First, make sure to follow. Over on YouTube, make sure to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, so we can join. If you guys want to join like other communities, I'm on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky. I'm everywhere. Linktree in the bio on TikTok. Linktree in the description of the live stream on YouTube. Join other communities, and we'll talk to Car here. Thank you for the follow. See what Car has to offer. I want to start posting like more videos on YouTube, but I don't debate. I don't have enough debates for that. Enough good debates, at least.
I don't think car's loading.
Car.
I feel like the second he's gonna load, he's gonna slur.
I can't even disconnect him. Why? I can't even disconnect him. I think that might be a me. Fuck. What the hell?
What the hell?
Oh my god, this is busy. I can't. Why the fuck is? Hold on.
I fought the law and I won.
Exit out. Let's see. And then we're gonna restart if he's not a Trump supporter. How's it going? Do you support Trump? You gotta be in the app for me to hear you. Gotta see me for me to hear you. How's it going? Do you support? How old are you?
I'm 20.
Why do you support Trump?
I was just on here to say that I don't really support him.
Oh, W. That's great. We're gonna hit a restart. Oh, he was gonna talk. Alright, we're gonna hit one last restart, and then we're gonna be done for the
Sepultura with Max. Opened up for Pantera in 1994. I was there. It was my
the context of this.
Dad says I will check into your background. That's funny.
Go ahead. I dropped out of 6th grade.
I'm sorry.
I live in South Florida. Like I don't know what more you
Dropped
want.
out in 6th grade.
Unfortunately, I had to.
Thank you for the rose, Sol. I appreciate it. Cole is in here. If you support Trump, join up in the guest box. I'd love to talk to you, love to have with you, love to have a conversation. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. If you're ever here on TikTok, double tap that function to follow. But if you haven't already, repost the live, share the live, do all the wonderful things. Make sure to show some love to the panelists while they're up here.
Probably restart, bud.
He just did.
started 2 minutes ago.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty decent live stream, like 130 people.
127 was a peak.
How's it going?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good. How old? are
You are not an adult.
How old?
He said 40.
I said 20.
This is a 12-year-old dog.
I was born 2005, September 17th.
Damn, I'm so sorry your balls haven't dropped yet, twin.
How many hours are in a full-time work week?
He's 13, Jeremiah. I'm telling you.
Full-time work week,
Yeah,
42.
how many- No.
Okay, buddy.
42?
He said 42.
Oh,
It's 40 though, right? Or it doesn't depend on where you are, right?
I actually don't even know.
Well, because you're in Canada, so.
Yeah. Like, if someone were to ask me what's your minimum wage, I would say our minimum wage.
So unfortunate.
My state minimum wage is 15.15. Federal is 7.25.
Ours is $17.50.
Fucking state in Florida is $6.
No, I thought full time is considered like 40 weeks, like generally, no, 40 minute, 40 hours. Holy fuck! How's it going? Do you support Trump? Hello. You were on mute just to say that, bro. So Ellie, you do have mod powers. I gave them back to you.
No, I don't have them.
You do. Oh no, you
Says I
don't.
don't.
Now you do.
Why did you take them away?
Can I have them?
Because you and Max did something I don't remember.
I didn't do anything.
Oh well, one
It
of
was
you did
fucking.
something.
It was caving.
No, it was the other day, Max. Or I think both of you said. I don't know. Make sure you guys are double tapping that phone screen if you haven't already. Repost, live, share, live, do all the wonderful things. Nexus, you're gonna be banned. Quite frankly, you're never welcome back in the stream ever again. Get a job. Oh wait, no, you're 12. Please learn how to not be a bad person. If you're ever on
Oh,
YouTube,
God.
hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. Make sure to show love to the panelists while they're up here. Make sure to jump in the guest box. We support Donald Trump.
Ian Miles, belt and ceiling fan. That's all I gotta say to you.
How's it
Hello.
going, Cloudy? Do you support Trump?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. Do you support Trump?
What'd you say?
Do you support Donald Jimothy Trump?
No, not really. Done bad things, honestly, but I mean,
If you could go back in
I'm
time
not gonna-
knowing everything you know now,
I'm
would
not
you
gonna
vote
say
for
I
Harris or
hate
Trump?
somebody for it, but I mean,
He's a
one thing I can,
rapist.
Yeah, I think we should HATE Grapist. Absolutely.
okay, so if you don't mind me asking, can I get evidence? Because I have never seen.
Eugene Carroll.
Jury verdict form. Absolutely. Jury verdict form.
Two juries.
Trump v. Jury. They found him liable of forcibly penetrating her vagina with his fingers.
On the stuff that he put out, right? That files, correct?
No,
There's
this is
evidence of that?
This is a
completely
separate
different.
case.
Yeah, this is separate.
Oh.
You can search up Trump v. Eugene Carroll case. Jury verdict form.
Convicted by two separate juries.
Here, hold on. Let me do something real quick. Oh, my eyeball's all messed up now.
Convicted by two separate juries within the span of 2 years. Statistically, fucking impossible. But you know, if he was innocent, but somehow, if he's so innocent, he got away with it.
Make sure you guys are
Oh,
double tapping that
they
phone
all
screen.
got
Try to
away
get
with it,
to try to get to 10,000 likes. Power tap for the next 30 seconds.
So
While
you
Cloudy's looking this
said
up.
Trump what?
Trump v versus E. Jean Carroll. It's E, the letter E and then
JEEN.
Yeah. And then jury. You want to search up jury verdict form.
Whenever I search that up, I see nothing for some reason.
Give me a second. I'll get it for you.
One of the biggest cases in law history, by the way.
Oh, give me a second.
You gotta go. Once you search up Trump v. E. Jean Carroll jury verdict form, go to images. Go to images. It should be the first image there.
So,
Make sure you guys double tap that phone's gonna be on already. Show some love to Gavin and Ellie while they're up here.
I could have been spelling the name wrong. How do I spell it exactly?
E, the letter E, then space Jean space Carroll Carol.
I got it.
Make sure you guys repost the live share the live do all of them things. Check out the link to my bio, join my community. There's that in the screen right there as
Oh,
well.
sorry. So it says right here he did SA, or not grape, but the judge clarified it, and also not only that, but the state changed the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so there's a
Jeremiah,
difference.
you
Thank
cover that
Ellie.
part.
Go ahead, Gavin, if you wanted to add something, and then Cloudy, feel free to respond. We put it up on the screen for you, and we gave you the information to search it up yourself, just in case you wanted to fact check. So go ahead.
Yeah, I was
it
going to
is-
say that in the history of New York and law, they've always had ass backwards laws when they come to what's the word I'm looking for, like convictions on like specific topics, especially of grape, because they say that just unless you're putting your pinar into a person, it does not count as grape. So unless it was a pinar, it was grape. That was the whole thing of New York, right?
Yeah.
However, around in the rest of the country, it is considered grape to just even do anything involving penetration, whether it was anything on your body or a physical object. Which
Right,
is what
and
the
what
judge
he
clarified.
had done was he used his fingers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, what were you saying, Cloudy? Go ahead.
And where was that at? What state?
New York City, New York City in New York State.
Okay, so because that it wasn't considered what it should be considered. Okay.
Right. Yeah, 'cause
Exactly.
of the law, yeah. But we can agree that forcefully penetrating, like a woman's vagina,
Okay,
like,
so-
without their consent is right. Colloquially, and the law now too.
Jeremiah, you're really quiet.
Yeah, I don't know. I think your volume's down.
Yeah, it's fine for me.
Oh.
You do that sometimes.
Oh,
And
give
it's
me
screaming.
one moment.
You're good. But overall, if you could go back in time, would you vote for Trump or Harris, knowing everything you know now?
Marie, I'm sorry to say, but as a woman, you should genuinely feel disgusted with yourself that you are excusing and saying doesn't matter if another man raped a woman. Like, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you, Mary, but like,
Jeremiah,
Get your
or
shit
not
together.
Jeremiah. Gavin, be careful with what you're saying.
you're right.
You already got a restriction last time. Yeah, so Claudia, knowing everything you know now, who would you vote for if you could go back in time, Harris or Trump? Or would you not vote at all?
Honestly, I'm not really into politics. I don't really vote in general. I just see it causes so many problems. Even in friendships, like you say, oh, I voted for this person. It can cause so many issues with friendships, everything.
Politics is everything.
ruins.
Politics is in terms of.
So I mean, I don't really get involved in that kind of stuff, honestly. But
So you wouldn't vote.
no, I never have either.
Oh, that's fair enough. Well, we gave you the information as to how to look that up, but we are looking for Trump supporters. It doesn't look like you necessarily support Trump, which is what you told me when you came out.
Okay,
here.
but
go
real
for it.
quick. So before you
My
kick me off,
apologies.
so you were saying something about somebody, calling them a horrible person. If you don't mind me asking, what was up with that?
Why is Trump a horrible person?
No. The person that you said was going to be banned from the live a
Oh,
moment
he
ago.
came up and slurred. That's fine.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's reasonable. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see why. Okay.
Oh, of course.
Okay, so I hope you have an amazing day. Stay blessed. God bless you.
You take care. You take care. Have a great day. Look into what we told you. Someone said you try to
Petition.
Parker and Dean up in this shit. What the fuck are we doing, buddy? Learn
Okay, guys.
grammar.
Dean and Parker are the only people who debate, apparently.
Before we Ellie, give me 1 second because there's 100 people. They are gonna leave in a second. 1 second. And get- Okay, we'll just put you on mute. You might be a Trump and you left. Make sure you guys double tap that phone screen. Let's do a speed run double tapping for the next 30 seconds. I want every single person in here try to get us 10,000 likes. next 30 seconds straight. Show some love to Ellie and Gavin. Make sure to follow them and gift them if you guys haven't already. They're amazing people. And if you're a Trump supporter, hop up in the guest box and tell us why you support Trump. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe. And if you guys want to join my community in terms of other social media platforms, link in the bio, Threads, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. We're on TikTok, Twitter, all of that in the link tree in my bio, as well as my Discord if you guys want to join it. No one's in there, but Ellie, you were going to say something? Go ahead.
Yes, everybody. Who wants the background to be, why are men better at leading than women? Because I love that topic and I hate
Put a one in the
this
chat.
one.
Put a one in the chat if you agree with Ellie. We should change the background to that. How's it going, Molly? Do you support Trump?
He's gonna say a slur. He was kind of just sputtering shit.
Yeah, I
Hello,
kicked
do you
him.
support Trump?
Yeah, I got kicked immediately. I wasn't gonna say a slur.
You were sputtering and going.
You're far away from your mic. You want to come closer to the mic?
Yeah. What's up?
How old are you?
You're not close to the mic. You got to come closer.
It's because my headset,
You want to disconnect me from Bluetooth then?
the headset that no, I can't. I'm literally using a headset. My wife is sleeping. For one, I don't support Trump at all. I know you're just looking for opposition.
Right.
I was just, making sounds and
No, you're
fucking
good.
around because the people that you're talking to have genuinely the most room temperature IQ that you could ever possibly imagine. They're trying to argue fucking points they have no idea about. They have absolutely zero fucking inclusion in the political world whatsoever. They barely do their research. It's
I
kind of
completely
fucking
agree with
sad. People are fucking trying to argue over somebody that I used to support. By the way, I used to support this man, right? I came into this, right, from the last election. He did okay in the last election, but he was still kind of insufferable, right? We can all agree that. But
Sorry.
he got a second chance, right? But he's fumbling, right? Gas prices just fucking doubled overnight, right? Fuck. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, no,
And then people
yeah,
are
no.
sitting here, and he's mentioned thousands of times in the most lucrative fucking files in the entire fucking world. Dog.
Jesus Christ, man.
And people
Okay.
are sitting there. No, don't use his name in vain, right? We love Jesus Christ, right?
Hey, he
What I'm
depicted himself
saying
as Jesus Christ, man. He's Jesus
He
2.0
did.
for
No,
MAGA.
He did, but
What's
he's
up,
not
Sensei?
healing anybody. He is going into their minds like a fucking parasite and absolutely.
Listen, man, you're probably gonna.
Failing
you're
Hold on,
just-
man.
You
I
gotta
just
be
asked-
careful with
I-
what you're saying.
Yeah,
Hold on, one at a
X-Mail,
time.
Let me
Yeah.
let me ask you a question.
No, I'm
X-Mail.
being careful. I'm being careful.
Let me ask you a question, X-Mail. Are you a Starlight
Sure.
supporter?
Are you talking about the boys?
Yes.
I mean, I watched the very first installment of the season before any of the other seasons came out. I haven't watched the end of it, but yeah, I mean, I don't really know what that has. Does that have anything to do with what I'm
No.
talking about right now?
No, I was
No,
joking.
I don't know what Gavin's doing. But listen, man, listen. I appreciate you coming up here and sharing your mind. I agree with you,
Wait,
definitely.
Hold on.
Go ahead,
I know
go
you're
ahead.
looking for opposition. Can I
Go
just
ahead.
stay here? Can I just stay here, please?
You stay here.
Yeah, no, I just want to stay
Too
here.
many
I wanna
friendlies
hear
on panels,
people-
Yeah, there are too many friendlies. Typically,
No,
I only
know,
like
but
let two.
really,
I
we
count
only
for
need
two
one
people, dog. I'm
opposition.
205 pounds. Like I can't.
Okay, Gavin.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean-
listen. I'm only,
No.
I'm 6'3",
Welcome.
230 pounds,
Yeah, that doesn't-
14%, body fat. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are. I'm just saying, we need to get opposition up here and change the mind.
They're
right?
absolutely terrified, and I think they'd be more
Yeah.
terrified with like two or three people on here. But I do appreciate you coming up here. Maybe someday we'll allow like friendlies up here. That's what we're working towards, and then we're also working towards like getting conservatives up here in general. Once like the midterms are closer, once the primaries are over, so
What's
that
your
we can
background?
convince people over to be or Democrat instead of Republican. What'd you say?
Can you switch the background? It's 1:30 where I am, and I have class at 9:30, and I have to go to a lab, and I have to go do people's vitals and go check on my old residents.
Go to sleep. Don't
Yeah, why do
fuck
you
up
want-
the
yeah.
health student.
You want me to change the background, but you need sleep. I think I agree here with Gavin.
Well, I need to debate before I sleep.
You need to fucking sleep. I don't
You know
need
what?
you. I
I
don't
haven't-
need nurses like you who, when I go to the hospital and just start digging around in my shit, cutting me up internally because I didn't get enough sleep. I was debating on TikTok last night. While I'm getting
We'll
my
do this
blood drawn.
background. We'll do this background for one guest. If anyone thinks men are better at leading than women, feel free to join up in the guest box. Please bring up Thor. It's probably gonna be the last conversation as well. How's it going, Thor?
How's it going?
What do you want to talk about?
Well, I was doing some digging, and I seen your dad on the Epstein files. So what do you have to say about that?
You seen my dad? What's my dad's name?
Jeremy Asir the first.
Asir?
Jeremy. What does that make me? Jeremy Asir the second?
Yeah.
What's my name? My name's not Jeremy. So you're already wrong.
You're also not Arabic, but we'll gloss over that aspect.
His mom is.
My mom is Arabic since when? I didn't know that.
Damn, Jer, you holding out on us? Some information?
Hold on. When did my mom? My mom did not tell me she was Arabic.
Since I said so, because I make reality possible.
You
Get
make
out of
reality
here.
possible.
Cornball. Holy cornball.
Get out of here, buddy. I almost kicked Gavin.
Based.
Based. This live stream is based.
No, it doesn't.
You don't have permission to talk, Gavin. Just because of that. How's it going? Do you think men are better at leading than women?
Yes.
Why?
Okay, so let me rephrase it. I don't think 100%. Like, obviously, some women are more emotionally, smarter, more hardworking.
Okay,
more
I'm asking. Okay,
dedicated.
but we're asking on average. Like, do you think men are better at leading than women on average?
Yes.
Why?
But
Why?
okay,
Just-
I would say half of the reason comes from because of the patriarchy. It made us believe that the man is always right. The man should be the head. He should be the leader.
Yes,
If the
and
man-
you're feeding into that. You're saying you believe that.
Yeah, I believe that because sadly I was born into the patriarchy, As I grew
Then
up
all
seeing
you
it
need,
happen.
then you just need to deconstruct your views and acknowledge that on average, women have a higher EQ. On average, women are better at multiple different things than men. I mean, driving, surgeries are more likely to survive when a woman operates compared to when a man operates. This was done in a study with 1.4 million people across across 7 different continents, right? And it was determined that women are better surgeons than men. Women are better drivers because they have a lower fucking, what the fuck is it called? My mind's blanking. Insurance rates. They have lower insurance rates because they're better drivers, right?
Oh, if women are better drivers, why were they not allowed to drive in many countries? And
because of how society is in the patriarchy, where women just stay at home, they shouldn't work, they shouldn't drive. They're basically they submit themselves to the husband. That's literally what the Bible talks
Proud
about.
wives.
Exactly. That's why that is a thing. Right? It's not because they're not able to. Right. I mean, majority of surgeons are going to be men, but the women, who are the minority in terms of surgeons, outperform the men. When
Yep.
you're being operated by a woman, you're most likely to survive, and they're a minority. Right. Just because someone doesn't do something doesn't mean that they're bad at it. Or just because someone does it greater than the other group doesn't mean that they're good at it. I think you need to deconstruct your views. I think you need to do your research, and I think that what you believe in is wrong, and I think that you shouldn't be debating it, right? Because when you debate it and you try to defend it instead of deconstruct your views and try to acknowledge what you do is wrong and say, hey, what I know, what I say is wrong, right? I think that's just gonna make you keep falling down this rabbit hole and believe what you're saying.
it's hard because I listened to Andrew Tate.
Oh
No,
Fresh.
already. Okay, hold on. Let me clarify something to you, jokes.
no,
Okay.
no.
Let me
I'm
clarify
done with
something to you.
that. I'm
Andrew-
done with that.
Yeah, you're lost cause, dude. I'm so sorry to tell you, but if you support another PDF rapist, it's Joe over for you.
Yeah, I was trying to be nice, but well,
You
how's
are
it
by
going?
done.
Soul.
Hello.
Hi,
You
how
think men
are
are
you?
better at leading than women?
Wait.
No.
Okay, so then what are you doing here?
Oh, my bad.
Okay,
Okay.
Ellie, can we be nice, please?
I'm in a really.
Ellie did not mean that.
Yes, she did.
No, you didn't. So you are an amazing person.
But he comes up here. Do you think men are better at leading women? No.
Exactly. That's why he's a good person. He's not a Trump
Yes, but
supporter.
why are you
He's
up
not-
here?
He's still a bad person.
How do you know? What bad did
Wait,
Soul
what?
do?
Gavin, that's not
Andrew
what I'm
Tate
saying.
supporter.
No, Gavin.
Soul is not an Andrew Tate supporter.
Oh,
That's,
Soul.
that's my bad. I should know. Soul, if you ever want to come up here and debate, you feel free to do so. First, send me a DM. But we're gonna probably do Friendly Fridays. That's typically what we do. So on Friday, if you want to come
No,
up and
it's
debate or
not.
prompt,
I have never once seen you do a friendly Friday.
I
in my
did it
life.
last Friday.
Where was I?
Probably in school.
That's a great question.
I didn't have school
So
last
can
week.
can I continue my message to Soul?
No.
Well,
No.
as I was,
So I just want to clarify, I was not trying to be rude. I was pulling your leg, bud.
Oh yeah, but if you do want to co-host, DM me. We can definitely do that. I allow like 2 co-hosts. If you want to be one of them, DM me. We can set that up. Or if you want to join one Friendly Friday.
I allow like 2 co-hosts. If you want to be one of them, DM
Oh wow,
me.
that's a
We
big
can
echo.
set that up.
Can
Or if you
mods mute him? Thank you,
Yeah.
dude. You have a big ass echo. Disconnect any Bluetooth. Stop screen sharing. I'll swipe out of the app and swipe back in so that echo goes away.
And then he'll get kicked off the live.
Fuck, I'm
You
hungry.
just gotta swipe in and swipe out. Swipe in. Don't swipe out of the app. Just don't swipe the app out of your thingies. Just
Tab
swipe it.
of
It's
your
not.
tabs.
It's not. You just made it complicated.
Okay, wasted energy.
Jeremiah, you keep missing a point when we keep talking about this topic. You keep missing the prime minister.
Jeremiah, you keep missing a point when we keep talking
Holy
about this
shit!
topic. You
Fix your
keep
fucking
missing.
echo.
That's bad. What were you saying, Captain?
You keep missing a key point that the prime minister of Germany was a woman for 14 years, and Germany was pretty well under her.
I mean, I can't bring up every single point known to man, right?
Well, it's one of the most major points you could bring up. It's a really good fucking
But
point.
that's
Germany
gonna-
is kind of
yeah.
leading right now in ammunition manufacturing at the moment,
Right.
whether it be
Women, by the
artillery or
way.
small arms.
You don't know me. It's we're saying that women are way better leaders than men, which is true.
Not even. We don't. It's not even like a schedule. Like just whenever I'm like, if you send me a DM and like I like vet you that you're not like a.
No, they had to say
right
I have to see my schedule, not
there.
yours.
Oh, well, no, that's why I was trying to say not a schedule. Like just DM me and I can like vet you, make sure you're not like a.
Yeah, but it's not. It's
a
not
lar-
yours. Oh,
I'm not. Oh my god, I'm not saying a schedule in specific.
You're both
Okay, I'm-
so.
Can I finish? Can I please finish a single sentence, please? I just want to finish a sentence. Holy shit! Can I please finish?
no.
Whenever I'm live, if I've talked to you before, I've DM'd you. Make sure you're not a larper. It like you can come up whenever. Like it doesn't have to be set, quote unquote, in schedule, right? If you're free and you see me live, feel free to join.
Jeremiah, do you mind unblocking my fucking alt account in Global Multisanti so I can join whenever I get?
Thank you,
'Cause
Gavin.
you always tell
Thank
me. You always tell me when I get a.
Gavin, thank you for the bros. I appreciate you. Not you, Gavin. The other Gavin. How's it going, Weston?
Thank you. You always tell me when I get a.
Gavin,
Oh my
thank you for the
god,
bros.
he's still doing it.
But he just fixed the echo. Holy shit!
Just come back.
He's not going to.
Okay, let me clarify
Because we're
what
most
Soul
logical?
said,
No.
because Jeremiah is now stressing me out. He said, I would love to, but I have to check my schedule.
I
so
know,
obviously
I know,
means
I know,
he's a
but-
busy guy. He is a busy guy, right? So,
I'm
and
oh
you're
my
saying,
God,
just
I'm
pop
aware.
in whenever. Just
No,
wait.
I'm
Hey, I let you
aware.
finish. I let you finish. Let me finish. You said, oh yeah, just
You're spreading
just pop in.
misinformation.
Hey, let me speak. You said, hey, just let him pop in whenever.
You're misconstruing the argument.
Okay,
You're misinforming people. You're misconstruing the argument.
Just wanna clarify.
You straw man. Can you steel man my argument, Ellie? I sent you an invite to unmute. Steel man my argument. Go ahead, steel man it. I want to see if you were paying attention to what I said. Steel man my argument. She laughed. She ran away. Quite frankly, you ran. Actually, terrified.
So let me clarify. We have a fucking larper in the comments, going by Judge Dredd. Man's larping one of the worst comics and the ripoff of RoboCop in the comments, saying that we are more logical than women. However, you have considered yourself so much more superior than women while being a LARPer in the comic community or even just in the movie community. You, sir, are a chud beta male, and I'm sorry to say, but your taste in music is as good as Donald J. Trump's just opinion in anything, especially minorities. So you need to get your ass back to your profile, change that shit to a better thing, and get some better political points. That's all I'm gonna say.
W? You rage bait alley. I don't know. I forgot what this guy did. What did this guy do?
Yo, hello?
Hello?
Okay.
Slingshot is crazy.
You echoing, bro. What's up? Why are men better at leading than women?
Yeah, go ahead. Take it away. Why do you think that? Ellie, if you want to join back up, you can have this
I
debate.
got you. I think the reason for that is because I think men have always been in charge, right? We've always been the ones to say that we're gonna ones to take you out.
Wrong.
Okay, is she gonna interrupt me or not?
Yes,
can
I
you
am.
Not disconnect her, please. Thank you.
Honey, I'm a mod.
Okay, can all right. So you don't want anybody to talk here. You just want to be right all the time.
Well,
That's
if you're
just
wrong about
speak.
something, you should be
Just
corrected
speak.
on it.
I can speak on neuroanatomy right now if you want to do that as well. Speaking on a woman's dendrites and how a woman would have more dendrites than a man, which would lead them to have better emotional regulation compared to men.
What do you think, Jeremiah? Is she telling? Is she on top?
He's a
right
medical
now?
student, twin. She has like more say in this topic than I'm more than sure that you. Unless you're in medical school also.
Okay, so
If you
why
are, I
did
think you're
invite me
failing
up here?
majorly.
Why did you invite me up here then?
I invited
Just
you
tell
up
me
here.
why you think men are better at leading than women. Just do it. Just please.
Yeah, I invited you up here because so you could tell us why you think men are better at leading than women.
I don't.
And then I brought.
The thing is that I would answer it if I wasn't, bothered.
Okay, you're not
being
bothered.
Go
ahead.
Take it away.
I think you should get some more viewers first.
I
It's
think
because
you're
you're boring
very
as shit.
unintelligent.
That's why they all like. He ran away like a. Oh my god, I'm gonna get banned. But like a.
Dude got
a very.
so mad.
His fucking profile picture is a dirty AZ hole. I'm sorry to tell you.
Okay, wait. No.
All right, you're like 14.
I just had to point out. No. One thing
Oh,
I
sorry.
just had to point out. The last dude, his thing was weird. I'm pretty sure he was just a troll because his name said you're a domestic terrorist and his like bio was like you're a scammer. These TikTok lives, they're gonna scam you. Anyways, that's all I say.
Yeah, appreciate you for coming up here, man. Take care.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking
Tommy's
jump.
in
I'm
the
gonna
j-
fucking jump. I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump. I'm going to jump onto I-95.
Gavin. No.
I got from Five
In
Below.
Fortnite?
In
Can
Fortnite,
you-
in Minecraft, and in
You're
Roblox.
You're jumping in Fortnite and Minecraft. Yeah.
Jeremiah's. I keep mixing you guys up every single time.
I know. I'm just so much more handsome than Jeremiah. So you,
You guys
shouldn't
look
make this
the
mixed up.
exact same.
No, the fuck we don't. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm not
turning
gonna
on my
lie.
fucking
That's a
camera.
crazy That's a crazy statement, bro. I'm not gonna.
Hold
lie.
on. Let me turn on my fucking camera.
Gavin, shh. Gavin.
Tom, how's it going?
You look just like a one-hit Rick.
Okay,
Me?
Tom, do you think men are better at leading than women?
Who's Tom Hick Rick?
Wait, Tom, what?
Definitely.
Are you connected to Bluetooth or are you screen sharing or something?
I'm not in here to debate. I'm just here to say that one guy looks just like you.
Yeah, we can't hear you, bud. Get out of here. I don't want to talk to you. You think men are better at leading than women, but you don't want to debate, so what are you doing? Oh, I hate these people.
Buddy, oh my god, y'all need to. Gavin, I think you're echoing. Someone's echoing. Never mind. I take it back. It's gone.
Jeremiah's. I almost called you Gavin again. Holy twins.
I
Don't
look
even
nothing
say-
like
yeah.
him.
Can you
Please don't.
restart? Please?
Don't restart. I have an idea of what we can debate.
Please? Gavin, Jeremiah's listened to us when we said to not go on TikTok.
No, he
Studio,
listened to you.
and he's-
He fucking listened to you. Don't put me into your shit. I didn't want to do this topic. I wanted to stick to Trump.
No,
you
I'm talking
wanted to
about
do
That's not
fucking.
even what she's
Gavin,
talking.
Gavin,
That's not even
Gavin,
what she's
I'm-
talking about.
Gavin, I'm talking about when he stopped using TikTok Studio.
Did he?
Yes, look, we were not on TikTok Studio.
Oh yeah, I just noticed that. Wow, it's as if Gavin was fucking right about TikTok Studio this entire time.
Well, Gavin, I was told we were both on that.
Gavin, I've stopped using TikTok Studio for like months now.
Because
8
of
months
us,
now.
Gavin.
Because you never allow me into your live streams anymore. You just do shit.
Yeah. When you're in here, you make the viewers go down. Exactly.
That's not fucking true.
That is true.
Actually,
then why did
no,
it go
me
down
and
from
Gavin
100
gave
to
you
20?
the idea to do this.
Yeah, no,
No,
Jeremiah's
all I hear
right.
is, yeah, Ellie,
Jeremiah's
do you-
right.
hold
I'm
on,
gonna
Ellie.
go.
Do you want to respond to the argument that do you want to steel man my argument about what I told Soul?
No,
Alright.
you rage baited me, and I'm mad at you right now about that.
Jeremiah's is so right. I'm gonna take my M9 Beretta replica, go to a nice little friendly boy in blue, and just show it to him and see what he says. Just because Jeremiah's.
Yeah, Jeremiah's,
What?
could you restart, please?
Bear, thank you so much. What about Chocolate and Taco? I told someone.
We're back. Wow, a lot of people actually came back. It was only 20 people and 5 of you came back. That's amazing. 7 of you, huh? That's make sure you guys spam the comment section. Say what's up down below in the comment section. Spam it right now, quite frankly. Like never seen before. Actually, very
6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7.
See, it's okay when you rage bait me, but it's not okay when I rage bait you. That's crazy.
When did I ever rage bait you?
Every day.
I don't do that.
Every day that I'm alive, I rage bait everybody.
Yeah,
I
we
know,
know that.
Gavin. Void, how's it going?
Good.
Gavin, do you have an echo?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Wait. Oh no, it's the other guy.
No, it's. What did I say? What was the question I asked Void? Do you think men are better at leading, Void? Sent you an invite to unmute.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
I'm looking at it right now.
It says he can turn it on in 46 seconds. Yes, I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mine says it too.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
This is why.
I'm getting rid of him.
Define
Yeah,
it.
make sure you guys join up in the guest box if you want to debate as to why you think men are better at leading than women. If you're ever on YouTube, should who said men are better at leading some section? Yeah, that's why we're debating it, because we think men are not better at leading than women.
Oh,
quite
Void's
frankly.
back. Hello?
Void. How's it going, Void?
He definitely has the echo.
Do you think men are better at leading than women?
Yeah.
How
Are you
long?
connected? Are you connected to Bluetooth?
No.
Can you go to a
let me
quieter
make
space?
sure I turn it off. Turn it off.
That's fucking crazy.
We're not gonna bring
He's
it back
Who's
up.
trolling.
watching the
Doug.
Nutcracker?
Alright,
I
we're not
do,
gonna
good,
bring it-
I do say, good sir, this
Alright.
debate we are having is quite financial. No, fucking financial. I'm gonna gnaw my fucking
Gavin,
fingers
Gavin,
off, I
Gavin,
swear.
Gavin, Gavin.
Gavin, please don't get my live banned.
I hate it. They're under my skin. They're under my skin.
Wait, I got a question for you.
What's up? What do you want?
Did you learn how many articles are there in the Constitution now?
Yo, that was bro. That was the biggest fumble of my life. I'm
What
not gonna lie.
happened?
That was the biggest fumble of my.
At
We're not
least
gonna talk.
$25.
No. We're not gonna talk about it. We're not gonna talk about
At
it.
least $25,
Gavin,
Looks
hold
Max.
on. Gavin, hold on. Looks Max. I had not slept at all. Literally, did not sleep because I was watching a show. I watched 10 episodes, so I did not sleep at all. And then I was out all day, and it was like 9 p.m. when we debated. I fucked up quite a bit. That was.
That's crazy.
I said
though,
I
like,
said 3 articles. That's the biggest fumble of
but
my
I know
life.
I know why you said 3 because you know it's kind of it's very common for people that don't study that much, and
I thought you
I'm
meant by
assuming that,
parts. No, I thought you meant parts. Well, that's
Yeah.
what processed through my head, and I know I repeated articles.
wait, I think
thought
that
you
you're
meant
like
parts of
20,
the
right?
Constitution.
19.
Yeah, around there now.
So are you going to college?
Like going to college?
Yeah.
What does it have to do with what we were just talking about? Which we
Because
should
I
be
think
talking
that if you go to college, I would assume that you would know this off the top of your head.
about. Right. Yeah. No, I'm not in college. Yeah.
Hey, what does the transmission do?
To be fair, that is that. To be fair, that I like I said, I that was the biggest fumble. That was the biggest fumble. I said 3. That was a fumble. You know. And,
I know why you said 3 because the first 3 are you know what, right?
no, it was. I thought I processed something else. But anyways, do you think men are better at leading than women?
Yes.
Why?
Why are men better at leading than women? Because I think that when there is circumstances where you have to make a very
Ooh,
a
I'm
very
excited
big
for this.
choice where it can have a big consequence. I think men are better at making choices.
So emotional regulation, where they can be quick thinkers,
I think that
make
men
decisions based off of based off of emotional strategy rather than like any sort of direct harm right away. If that
like
makes
let me
sense.
give you an example, right? Ready? I've had a girlfriend, right? I have a girlfriend right now,
Bullshit.
and she goes through her process like any other woman. But
Menstrual
when she's
cycle.
when she's in a like ovulation, I don't know how to. I still forget how to say that correctly.
Ovulation.
Yeah,
Hey,
ovulation.
Gavin, stop.
She doesn't control her emotions as well.
So that's actually false. Ovulation. So I'm not gonna say this unless the guy is watching because he's gonna get mad at me. We already know you're nursing. Anyways, sorry. Yeah, no, so ovulation doesn't actually create a high stress hormone. It's typically within the menstrual cycle itself. Ovulation, do you know what ovulation is?
She has explained it to me, but like she gets kind of creepy if you know what I'm trying to say. She wants to commit sins and stuff, which she doesn't know how to control her emotions properly. I'm like, yo, chill.
Holy fucking lie.
I'm
That you don't have a girlfriend.
My right
You
hand,
don't have a girlfriend.
my right
Gavin,
hand
that's
is
not a
on the
lie.
Bible.
That's not a lie. Here's
My
the
No,
thing.
the
right
way
hand
he
is on the
explained it
Bible.
shows that he's lying about having a girlfriend.
What do you mean I don't have a girlfriend?
That was the most dork answer ever.
Huh?
Can we
Okay,
keep
let's
it
get back to
stra-
the point.
Can,
Let's
can we
get
keep
back
it to like just like
So what's my
debates?
point?
'Cause
I
I'm
think
gonna
that
get off here soon.
since men don't go to they don't go through menstrual cycles, I think that we're better at controlling our emotions.
Okay, so just because men don't have a menstrual cycle means that they are better at handling their emotions.
Like, let me give you an example, right?
You
We
already
have
gave me an example. You already gave me an example. I understand.
think of the administration that we have had in power.
Okay, I don't want to talk about that because I don't live in America.
Oh,
We're not going to speak on that, okay?
How about just like the EQ? Women have a higher EQ on average. Women commit more-
Jeremias!
men
you know
commit-
why? Okay, I looked this
It's because
up, right?
we're not looks, Max. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I think we. Yeah, go ahead. Make the point, Ellie. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm not doing it anymore.
Men commit more violent crime. Violent crime is hand in hand with obviously emotions, right? Obviously, men commit more violent crime. There's your examples to prove you wrong. Women are more
Sure,
better with their
with your-
emotions.
So if you're gonna give me points like this, you can like actually look this up, and it evidence backs it up. When a woman makes a crime, they are less likely to be caught because of the ways that they commit crimes. So let me give you an example, right? If a woman is actually gonna unalive a person, they're gonna do it through methods that are very hard to detect, like they use poison, they use shrugs, they use medical, procedures and stuff. You can look it up. Like a woman lasts
Medical
longer in
procedures.
a spree.
Hold
a
on.
woman can last longer in a spree compared to a man.
So women are smarter than men, basically, is what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying is that because he's saying that men actually commit more crimes than women. I'm telling you
violent crimes,
that
yes.
Women are
women
smarter than men
Women-
because they're
women,
able to
women
hide
are
it.
better at hiding
Hold on.
crimes.
Hold on.
Okay.
Women commit more violent. Men commit more violent crime. Go ahead, Ellie. Take it away.
Yeah, and even though like you had mentioned that, like I think you're just kind of confused on what the whole point of what Jeremiah actually said. Okay? And I want you to give me a source on why women would be more successful in hiding evidence compared to men.
Well, I can give you a source. You can
Yes.
look up Eric W. Hickey, but you can look up also I think it's Corby in 2004. He actually did a research on this, and actually he told me that well, he didn't tell me. He said that women are better at hiding things. Like for example, if a man is actually being a predator, you can see it through, things like, him being aroused or something, things like that, right? With a woman, you cannot see that because you cannot physically see it.
Okay, so either way, you cannot see somebody's emotions. I'm sorry to break it to you.
Like, let me give you an example. If a man is if a man is aroused by a kid, he can actually, like, I'm being honest, he can get hard and stuff, right? With a woman, she cannot show those emotions.
Okay.
You think I'm playing?
No, but I understand what you're saying, okay? But I think this is where you're getting extremely confused, okay? Because here's the thing: is like you're going off of a
I gave you a
biological.
crazy example, but still, it makes sense.
To be clear.
No. Because a biological, the biological claim is extremely overstimulated here, or oversimplified.
What, you're overstimulated right now?
To be clear, anyone who commits pedophilia is a bad person, man or woman. Just saying. We'll put that out there. Make it clear. Ellie, continue.
Yeah, no, because both men and women can show psychological responses to arousal, right?
That is true.
It's not accurate to say one sex can't show it. Also behavior, right? Like
I was gonna say it doesn't.
yeah.
It's not just about getting hard.
Like there's no clean, like generalized thing. Sorry, like there's no context you can use in sense of behavior that you can use as evidence to actually say like this is a paraphilic disorder, right? Like, and the whole goal here is to actually come down to leadership management skills, and like that's where you're going way too far with
Yeah, but can you give me an example where a woman has led a country that has been successfully?
That's not what I'm saying right now, but I could do that, but I'm not going to because we're staying on the topic right now on why women are better at leading than men in general.
Or why are
and
men better at leading than women?
But I'm telling you why women are better at leading. So I want you to give me
I can give you a source that
I don't want you to give me any more examples. I want you to give me your reason as to why you think that men are better at leading than women.
Why are men better at leading than women? Because we have seen it through history that when men have to actually just do something, they are better at doing it than women. Like for example, Trump
That's not
with
true.
with this Iranian war, he has his own reasoning, and I do agree with it. Kamala, she would have not done that. She would have bent over for the IRGC.
How do you know
Not
that?
true. But yeah. First off, it's good that she wouldn't have done that. 13 service members wouldn't have been dead. 164 schoolgirls wouldn't have been murdered. We wouldn't be with high gas prices. We would have been pre-pandemic prices in terms of gas, right? That's where we were heading, pre-pandemic prices. It's a good thing that she wouldn't have done this. A, B, that's just like a pivot going from like why men are better at leading than women overall to specific examples of why in terms of like Trump and Harris. Obviously, you support Trump, we can see that, but in more general speaking, I mean, obviously, women perform better in surgery, right? You're more likely to survive if you're performed by a woman in
What
surgery.
about a
Driving? Women are better at driving, etc.
Whoa, that's a crazy. Can you look up the statistics?
It's
Because
true.
personally,
Men would get more into men are more likely to speed. Men are more likely to get into car accidents. Why do you think women have a lower insurance rate
per capita,
Why do you think women have a lower interest rate?
why do I think women have a lower interest rate? Because they're probably more than
Insurance.
likely
Like
insurance
sorry.
rate. Oh,
Yeah,
because
I fumbled only. Yeah, insurance.
yeah,
Insurance.
insurance. Yeah, I think it's because they're
'Cause they're
probably
better at
more likely
driving.
to. Well, they probably are more likely to unalive themselves when driving.
I just want to clarify here. I want to go back to what he said before because I think we're going on like a whole thing here now, and I think it's way too far. I want to go back to what you said about history, right? Because there's a huge flaw in your logic, right? Because history, like you're just saying, history shows men are better leaders, right? Yeah. So for most of history, women were legally and socially restrained.
Suppressed?
Suppressed from being leaders, right? So like they couldn't vote, they couldn't lead
Open a bank
institutions.
account.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Own a
So
house.
of course most leaders were men, but that's not proof that they're better at leading, right?
And
Like, 'cause women have been suppressed for so long. We got to think about it that way, right? So, like, I think this is what you're confusing. Like, you're measuring who's better, like, or sorry, you're not,
Historically.
sorry, you're not measuring who's better, you're measuring who's allowed to lead.
And to corroborate this, I mean, just to prove you like wrong, and to at least saying, like, again, to recap, you're saying that because men overwhelmingly are leaders, that's why they're better at leading. Well, men overwhelmingly are surgeons, but like I said, like I pointed out in the example, you're more likely to survive if a woman operates on you in the surgery room,
Right,
even though they're
exactly.
they're minority, and that proves
What
you're wrong.
about physically? Wait. What about physically? Because to be a surgeon, I mean, you have to be up for like 10, 15 hours. Who do you think is more likely to be standing up, right, and doing a surgery for those 10 and 15 hours without actually just, taking a break or something? You think it's a woman or a man? Because for the military,
So now we're shifting to physicality, right?
no, because that matters too. Because when he's saying that a surgeon,
It's the truth that women are better like at surgery. It is true that you are most likely to survive. I mean, there was a study done with 1.4 million people over 7 different continents, right? And it found that yes, women, if you are operated by a woman, you are most likely to survive. But under
And
your
wait.
worldview, because men are the majority, we would have to see that men are more likely to be better surgeons. But that just disproves your whole worldview. So just because someone's a majority doesn't mean that they're good at it.
Right, and I just want to add on here too is like we're talking about leadership here, and now you've switched to
no,
physical.
because when you say leading,
No,
I
wait.
think that
The thing is, you switch to physical and endurance and surgery, right? Those are not the same thing within leadership skills. Jeremiah's gave you an example on how their cognitive and emotional.
My
regulation
example was to
can-
prove that to prove his point wrong about just because men are overwhelmingly leaders, right? My example wasn't necessarily about like the cognitive aspect of it. My example was just to prove his narrative. Just because men are majority leaders
okay.
makes them better leaders, right? Because the
Yes.
correlation is men are most surgeons are men, yet they're not better at surgery. That's
Right,
the
and
correlation.
I just want to add on to that. It also does tie down with cognitive abilities
Right.
and their emotional well-being when it comes to certain strengths.
Yeah. So there are different ways you can go with that, but the way I
so when you say leading, right, I would imagine that you're adding, the IQ of a person and also like the physical strength of a person, right? Because to be a leader doesn't just mean that you're just a better person at saying things or thinking or doing things, right? It can also mean that you're physically better.
Okay,
You know
so
what I
you're
mean?
talking. Well, okay, I'm gonna ask you something. What do you think leadership skills are?
Leadership skills, I think that,
Like, give me examples of different leadership skills.
leadership skills, decision making, right? Creativity, flexibility, sorry, honesty, I think negotiation skills, analytical skills. Those are some.
Okay, teamwork, precision. Could you also agree with that? Attention to detail.
hmm
Okay, right. We can see women outperform all of those compared to men.
But like, can you give me an instance where a woman has been a better negotiator than men in leadership skills?
Why do we have to go in
Wait,
specifics
wait,
when we're
wait a
looking at the
second.
generality of it?
And not only that too. Well, that's what we're kind of debating on. But not only that, but you're also getting too far into this, right? I think like that's where you're getting a little bit confused because like I don't know. I think there's many different leaders that we can see. Like, God, what was her name? Angela. What was her last name? What did she lead? Anyways, this girl, her name Angela. Her first name's Angela. Okay, she negotiated at the highest international level for over a decade. Right? So what she had done was consistently held together really complex things that other people could not have done. Like within men. She was able to do that, whereas a man probably would not.
I see. But like, I'm looking it up right now, right? The cycle between a man and a woman, and here it says that, typically a woman is more than likely to have a very emotional changes through her, hormonal cycle and stuff than
Yeah.
men.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. It is true. Do you know why women are built to have Okay, let me explain this to you. So women do have strong emotional regulation, and that's due to the fact that they are able to be pregnant. Because they're able to create children, carry the pregnancy, right? So in general, women have been able to have stronger emotional regulation compared to men due to the fact that they can be pregnant. It's just like within biology, within neuroscience, we have seen that because of women's frontal lobe and their dendrites, women have more dendrites compared to men. So we see that they have a better performance when it comes to those neurotransmitter signals compared to men, which means that their emotional regulation, which is in the frontal lobe, is a lot stronger compared to men.
So when both are, so let me ask you this, right? When both are going through their, changes, who do you think has a better possibility of making the best choice out of, a man or a woman?
Well, like, what do you mean both going through emotional?
Like through hormonal changes. Like, let me give you an example, right?
Puberty?
No, like hormonal changes, like a woman or a man, right? And a man in his what is it called again? I forgot. Testosterone.
Testosterone levels,
Yeah, and a woman on her,
menstrual cycle.
yeah.
Okay, so what was the question?
Who do you think is a better, like in that moment, right, while they're going through those changes? Who do you think has a better, like a better way of responding to
Conflict?
a better way of responding to things?
Okay, sure. So and I think I think you're a little bit confused here, okay? Because that's not how leadership is evaluated. I was explaining the neuroscience behind it, but leadership decisions aren't made at random hormonal peaks, right? Okay, they're made over time with systems, advisors, all those types of things, right? But here's the thing: hormones like testosterone, estrogen, what else was the last one? It's just the P. I can't remember. But those do influence mood and behavior. I can agree with you, right? Men and women both do experience hormonal fluctuations. But the thing is hormones affect everybody, right? We can both agree with that because we can see it. But there's no consistent evidence that women make worse decisions during their cycle, or that men make more stable that men are more stable decision makers overall.
So, okay, and we're going kind of deep in this, but like if you had to make it, if you had to make a full inference, right? Who do you think is better at leading? Even we have history, we have had wars, we have had a lot of things that have passed in history.
Men and women?
Yeah.
I would say a woman. I would say a woman would be way better with performing leadership skills compared to a man. In general, just because of all the things that I listed, like we can see that they do outperform on so many different levels, and their leadership skills are way more prominent compared to men.
So if they're better at leading, then why? So if you look up the statistics, I think that there are only 5% of women leading in the military.
Yes, and now we're going back to the beginning point of this: oppression.
You think so?
It was not that long ago that women were not able to vote, not able to open a bank account. They were legally and socially restricted from those things.
But like, do you know why women don't lead in the military?
Why women don't lead in the military?
Yeah.
Well, like there are many women that do lead in the military. I don't understand like what that question is.
What I'm telling you is like the overall percentage of men leading in the military is way more than.
So now you're going to go
women.
back to physicality here. See, that's the thing, because I think just primarily here it's because of historical and structural barriers, right? Like not because of ability in this sense. Like military leadership isn't something you enter overnight. It takes decades of experience. So if women were blocked from key roles until recently, you wouldn't expect equal representation at the top yet, right?
Exactly,
So
right.
what we can look,
Lack of
I,
combat experience.
yeah, I can come.
Exactly.
I can come to this conclusion, right? Because I want to let him bring other people. I do think that when you put a man and a woman into a room and they have to do some kind of technical work, I do probably think that women are better at leading because I just think that they have a higher IQ, right? They score higher on tests and stuff. But if I have to put a person, a male or a female, in combat, or I have to make them do something physical, I think that men are better at doing it because I'm looking here and it says that men have a 50 to 60 greater upper body strength than actual women, right? So I think that when it comes to leading, maybe women are better at leading in the office and men are better at leading outside.
When it comes to like being president of the most powerful country in the world, and like holding the most powerful position in the world, I think it doesn't really matter if you're strong or not. I mean FDR, right? He was in a wheelchair. I'm pretty sure, right? Was it FDR? One of them was in a wheelchair. They were still able to lead, whether it was good or bad, but they were still able to lead, right? They wouldn't have been banned because they were in a wheelchair. My point is here: when you're president of the United States, you don't have to be like strong. Donald Trump isn't strong for sure.
Yeah, and I want to add on to that too, what Jeremiah's just said, because physical strength does matter for certain roles, like being in the military, right? Absolutely. But the thing is leadership skills is all about decision making, coordination, communication, and judgment. So those aren't determined by who can lift more.
Right. But for the
But
military,
like
it's
I
also
told you, it all depends on the circumstances because
But
you
for
can
the
say that a
military, it's
person.
also for the military. It's also going to be like the historical lack of like combat experience, right? 'Cause
And that's
obviously, like,
exactly what I
training.
had
You
mentioned
get
before.
training in the military, right? So that's probably why we don't see like what you brought up, right? That's probably why that might be true to an extent, but I think it's just like misinterpreted. And it's because like women aren't like leading in the military
Yeah.
because they can.
So,
Or
so I
whatever.
got I got a question for you,
Wait,
Jeremiah. Do you
before
watch
you do,
sports?
wait,
Oh,
before you do, there's one thing here, okay? Because here's the thing, because even in the military, physical fitness does matter for individual performance, but leadership is all about teamwork. We also got to think about that, right? It's how you direct others. So it has nothing to do with physicality. So like it's not about how much you can personally endure. It's more of the fact of the actual cognitive ability when interacting with others and coordinating different factors within a teamwork environment.
And no, I don't watch any sports.
That's crazy. Oh, you don't watch any sports? I want to. Yeah, so I'm
I do.
summarizing everything. You don't watch any sports. So can you please have you answer this right? Have you watched soccer before?
I do.
You have. Have you watched man and woman play?
Like the difference between a man and a woman play, like
Yeah. Have you
within
watched both
the
of them
major
play
leagues.
a whole
Yes,
female
I
match?
played soccer. Yes.
Okay, so with your logic, can you give me an explanation why, and you can be honest here, can you give me an explanation on why women are so bad at playing sports, specifically soccer?
Okay, so now you're just gonna pivot to
I mean, some people
women
are just bad at. Some people are just bad at. I'm bad at sports.
But
And
no,
I
no,
just-
no,
I
no,
just-
no,
I'm
Jeremiah.
fucking horrible at
Specifically-
sports.
I just want to
specifically
add on to
females.
that too. Yeah, okay, yeah, so that's just wrong. I'm sorry.
It's
to
just
tell you
like
that's
not
just
true,
wrong.
bro. What?
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes. Ellie was just telling you that she plays soccer. Ellie, did you play good?
I played very well. I played very
Look,
well. I
okay,
played
listen.
striker.
This might sound crazy,
Pretty sure
Jeremiah.
she'd cook you in a
Jeremiah,
soccer.
listen. Okay, ready? Listen. There was a team of a whole professional female team, right?
Sure.
Professional playing in the
Some
best
teams are
league
just
ever.
bad. Some
Wait,
teams
no,
of men are bad.
Listen. The best league, the best team played against high schoolers. I think it was like 16-year-old kids. And guess what? They lost 9-0.
Okay, what about a best league for like men, right? I mean, some leagues in terms of men, when it comes to soccer, football, when it comes
Hockey.
to basketball, they're horrible. Some teams are genuinely just trash, from what I've heard.
And-
No
and
offense
here's the
to anyone
thing,
that
here's the
watches
thing.
sports.
Here's the
but
thing.
some
This has
teams are
really
trash.
nothing to do with anything because this
Leadership,
is
yeah.
huge category error. Like we're talking about leadership here, not athletic.
Like
performance.
I suck at sports. Does that mean I can't be a good leader? No, I can still be a good leader.
Like I said, it all depends on what you're leading in.
What
because I
the
think that
president
if
of
you-
the United States of America, you already agreed that a woman would be better because you agree with the premises of like women are have a higher EQ,
Well, I
IQ,
think
whatever.
that I think that if there was a president and she had to be in office 24/7, then she would be better at leading, right? A woman. But if there is a president making choices, like let's give an example, going to war, right? I think a man has better
No.
decision making.
No,
Women.
women
Ellie
women
already
are
explained this
better
to
with
you.
emotional regulation. I've been over this. The
Yeah.
president would not be fighting in this war. They would be coordinating it. They would be using their leadership skills to
You don't think they
create a
coordinate
plan.
strikes and stuff?
They would be doing that, and a woman would outperform a man because her emotional regulation is stronger. She would make decisions
But
off
you
of what her
okay,
thinking
but
and
like
thinking.
you can't give me any actual evidence because you're saying that women have been suppressed, correct?
Yes, that's factually true. You can see that throughout history.
If
All
you
right,
want
Jeremiah,
an
listen.
if you want an example, I'll just end with it's Germany. Right, that's a prominent example. But listen,
Germany.
if there's any other points you want to make, feel free to make your last point.
Oh,
I'm
last
probably gonna
point. Yes.
go ahead.
What are the three? Mm, what are the three first articles of the Constitution, Jeremiah?
Yeah, I have no idea.
You don't have an idea?
No.
All right, bro. See you.
Jesus Christ, that guy was so incoherent.
I do have an idea, but I'm just not gonna like. Oh, you brought someone up?
Yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Well, that's fine. If they load up, yeah. God, that last time was 3 articles. It's fumble. That's a fumble. That one hurt me. That genuinely hurt me.
Yeah, that was brutal. Patty. Yeah, that was awful. I should have moved on way faster than that. I think the main issue that he came down to was the actual physicality aspect of it, whereas like that has nothing to do with an actual leadership environment, because leadership is all about teamwork, coordination, all those types of things, right? It has nothing to do with your actual physical ability, but it does have everything to do with your cognitive abilities.
Going in with the civics question, I actually took the tests that like immigrants take. I got 97 out of 100. I'm good with civics. That night I was just not the brightest that night, but I do know what the articles are. Fun fact: I like watching documentaries. I've been watching a shit ton of them, which is why I'm up late.